Okay, welcome back. No videos of me this time, which is a good thing for all of us, but I'm going to walk you through the site. Okay, so this is the day one start here section where you already are. Um, Announcements, always check this because I may have put up something that I may not have sent out a Slack or didn't think it was important enough to send out a text message. So always check the announcements when you come here. Even though this is where you start, sometimes people just blow past it and don't look at the announcements, but do check it out. So day one start here, this is where you are, and I'm going to come back to syllabus and course schedule. We're going to be using a Google Drive to upload um, pieces of writing that we're all going to work on together. And I'll talk more about that later, but this is a link to that. There's also a link over here. There's a link back over to Coursework Units. But this is sort of where you are, okay? This Coursework Units is where the bulk of the stuff is. Week one is a little different from the other three units because we're going to be talking about being online. We're going to be talking about ourselves as writers and as people. Um, so they're a little different, but all of these different units have got specific things in each one of them. There'll be an overview, an assignment sheet. There'll be linked to whatever discussion forum we're using. Um, There'll be a link out to the Google Drive folder. There'll be a place to upload assignments for me to give you feedback on. There's a folder for readings, videos, and handouts, and then other stuff that you're going to need for the work of that unit. So they're all right here. Again, Unit 1 and Part 1 and Part 2 of Week 1 are a little bit different. Um, we'll get there. Discussion board, this will take you to all of them, and there are several, as you can see. Um, these these two are the ones that we're going to be using this first week, and the rest of them is like one per week maybe. This one is the important one right now. It's a create. We're going to make our own FAQ. So that if you've got a question about an assignment, about the syllabus, something sort of general that other people would probably be asking if they had the guts, drop it in here, and I will answer. Now, right now, there's nothing in here, so you just have to create a thread, which is fairly simple. You put the subject in here, put your message in here, right? If you want to attach something, you can, and then you submit it. Now, I'm not going to submit anything, but it's pretty simple how you add to these forums. It's just create a thread and go. All right. So that's all the discussion boards. Um, uh, uh, Collaborate Ultra opens in its own. This is the course room. Okay. I started to say it opens in its own tab, but that's only when you actually get into the course room. Now, Collaborate Ultra is sort of the bane of everybody's existence because sometimes it doesn't work very well. But there will be right here, there will be recordings of all of the sessions that we do, of which there are only going to be three. But if you want them, that's where you can find them. The nice thing about this course room is that it's available for everybody. If you want to use it to work with each other, you can get in that. You can get in here and work on it yourself. So you join the course room. I see it's got its own tab, and it always takes a second because it's Blackboard and it's City Tech, right? So this is where we are. To jump in, see this little stuff down here? You open the panel and you can do all kinds of stuff. You can chat. There's a chat, and the chat is kind of cool because it's got all these emojis. Okay, this will tell you how many people are there. There are ways for me to share content, and then this is the My settings. If you don't want everything to go bing when people come in, you can turn off the notifications. I have all mine off because they drive me crazy. But you can do all that. Now, the fun thing about this is that um, I can create a blank whiteboard that I can draw on, which I can't do right now, but hi, okay, whiteboard. I can share a screen, I can share files, and we'll be looking at that kind of stuff. Creating breakout groups if we want to do that. You can create your own breakout group. If you want to work in a small group and talk to each other, that's fine too. Okay, so that's what this looks like. Back to chat, which is where most people live. And by the way, you can turn off your camera and your mic if you want to. You do not have to let me, make me look at your face. That's okay. People do it all the time. It's not that big a deal. Okay, so to get out of here, this is the session thing. You guys don't need this one, um, except when you want to leave the session, you click down there. They give you this stupid thing. skip, and then it just takes you back to this extra tab, which you can close, and it gets you back to Blackboard. Okay, so that's the tricky part, is to close that extra tab. So that's Collaborate Ultra. Here's a link to our Google Drive, and there are folders for each one of the projects. And in a couple of these, I'm going to put you into groups so you can work together, um, just because it's easier that way. You don't have to do 9,000 people. There's 27 people in this class. I also uploaded the readings here as well as in the unit folders. So there's that, and it's got its own, obviously, its own tab. So back here, City Tech help for Blackboard. If you got questions, there's all kinds of helpful guides and walkthroughs and PDFs, and tell you how to use Blackboard more if you really are kind of stuck. Again, has its own tab. Now there is an app, Blackboard Mobile App, which you can get an Android and the iPhone Play Store. It works pretty well. You can get in on the Collaborate Ultra sessions. You can access course materials. You can even access the discussion forums. So it's not a bad thing to have on your phone, just in case your Wi-Fi or whatever the computer at home is being used. You can use the app. So, and this is some more information about how to use it. I'm not going to go through it now, but there it is. This link will take you to student services, everything from registrar of records, advising, uh, the counseling services, the Center for Student Accessibility. All of this stuff is right here. The student services at City Tech. Right, so is that. There's nothing, you're not going to see anything just because there's nothing there. But when you click on this, it will tell you what your grades are for all the things that we're doing. Okay. Helpful. This is a link to the City Tech Library. It does not have its own tab, but it will take you over to the research guide in the library. And it'll launch. Okay. I don't want to get into it because I just don't want to. So we're going to go back here, back to where we were. Okay, so that's all of this stuff. Um, that's this. I think it's all pretty clear. If you have any questions, email me again, dblaine@citytech.cuny.edu, or drop a question in the Creating Our FAQ discussion forum. Okay, so now that we've done with this, we're going to go on to the syllabus. Okay, see you in the next one.